Thanks for coming over to this Amodeus. Today's Dungeon Hunter Champion video is going to be about the Fire Timekeeper Vimal. So, as you can see on the screen right now, we've replaced Amodeus in our farmable Ultimate Blitz Epic 50 team. So I wanted to replace him because a lot of people were asking about the viability of Amodeus mid to late game. And I'm like, he just isn't. You know, I love Amodeus, but he needs a buff, right? I have to leave him in my box right now because he's just not bringing enough to the table for me to really kind of slot him in as a major unit. Now, back in the day, I built two, so I still have to. But Vimal, for me, really is beginning to fill a much better niche. And I dustballed him. I put him in retirement, and I was using other champions. But I brought him out of retirement. I play tested him, been using him a lot, and I really like him, especially in Ultimate Blitz. Because the whole key to Savage in Ultimate Blitz is that he is one of the very few champions that has an AoE provoke that's super, super tanky. So I need to strip off things like immunity and invulnerability. So Califanius, as you can see right now, he has the ability to give invulnerability and immunity, and we just got to strip that off right away, right? That can't be on. So having Amodeus on the team didn't really contribute to that. So what we're doing is we're using Vimal. His skill cooldown reduction, his strip, his cleanse, his leader trait skill of skill cooldown reduction really helps Savage in the same ways that Amodeus did, but he does a better job of making sure that the playing field is, or rather all the enemies on the field are stripped down, bare, and can be provoked. And you can see how that absolutely wrecks a Sigrun, right? Now, I've also been playing with Sigrun a lot lately too, folks, and I'm loving Sigrun. I got a weird build on him right now because I'm testing him out in some different areas, but I'm telling you, if you lock those champions down so they can't use their skills with Provoke and Silence, like you see on this team right now, it's really like cutting through butter. I mean, nobody stands a chance. And here we go, Califanius. Can we keep him stripped? And that's the key, right? Because Rona, we need to keep her skills up consistently, right, in order to get the strip. And Vimal's going to help us with that, where Amodeus really, really didn't help us with those. So look, that is just consistently stripped, consistently stripped, consistently stripped. I love this. It works so well from a synergy standpoint as far as all the elements feeding into each other. So we have lots of buff removal on our team in the form of Magic Girl, Vimal, and Archangel. And then, of course, we have the strips from Rota, or rather Rona and Vimal. Such a really solid synergistic team, and it burns right through it, right? So we love that. What I want to do now, though, is I want to peel back some layers of what's going on as far as how I built Vimal, because I didn't build him for high damage. We're not taking advantage of any OGD, so really we just built him super tanky. So we went HP, defense, HP on Sturdy Adept. And that's because I really wanted to have him get all of his substats for accuracy from his gear. Or I wanted to get all the accuracy substats from his gear, right? That's important because that allows me to build him tanky. And he needs to be tanky because he's kind of squishy just off the bat. So as you can see, a lot of the substats are going to be about accuracy and survivability. So whether it's HP or defense, we go pretty deep in the gear substats around those specific things, because we do want to make sure that we land the strip. Like that's really important. Now, he doesn't do any debuffs in his skills, but that's not really why his skills are there. Like a lot of debuffs, Amodeus applies a lot of debuffs, so he arguably is better in that department, but it's the rest of the stuff he brings to the table. So like, let's look, not so much Temporal Void, because here it is. This lower skill cooldown. Causal Reverse is actually the one that deals damage, removes 2 buffs from each enemy, and then heals and removes 2 debuffs from each ally. So I forgot, he does have a heal. It's based on attack. And then Temporal Flux is what gets everything going as far as like the skills, making sure we get some skill cooldowns going on. And like I said, that really plays a key role because we have Archangel, where we want the shields up more often. We have Magic Girl, where we want heals up more often. We have Savage, where we have to have Provoke up more often. And we have Rona, where we want to have strips and DPS really in place. So he really does seamlessly replace Manus as far as Ultimate Blitz go, and arguably I think he creates better synergy overall with the team. And that's important because when you're building a team or a concept team in Dungeon Hunter Champion specifically around one unit, you gotta make sure that you're optimizing that one unit with all the support humanly possible. And that's why I was like really happy about replacing Manus with Vimal, because the OGD that Manus applies isn't just not significant. And with Rona applying the OGD when she strips, it's good enough in my personal opinion. As you saw, we made it through Epic 50 and it wasn't a big deal. Now, the problem with any unit mid-game is it can't just be good at like Ultimate Blitz. It can't just be good at that. So here's another farmable team to get you up and running with pretty much all starter units, with the exception of Vimal, who is a 4-star champion. But he's so good in this. Once again, it does everything that we talked about that we wanted him to do in Ultimate Blitz. He's going to strip. He's going to cleanse. If you've played Steel Widow at all, or Steel Widow 10 specifically, you know that there's a pretty big jump between 8, 9, and then 10 as far as the difficulty goes. But he just shines, right? First, he's going to help you if you use Sigrun, who's a great damage dealer early game. If you're using Sigrun, Vimal is really going to assist you in making sure that her ultimate is up all the time on these waves. The only thing that would make it better is if we could get a more consistent, or not a more consistent, what am I looking for? Like an AoE defense break, like Kendrick or Harlow? That would probably be even better. And at that point, I would probably take out Magic Girl and replace Magic Girl with Harlow so that you can get that defense break, so that Sigrun could just drop bombs on people and not have to worry about defense mitigating any of that massive damage that she applies. And I know you're looking at the Steel Widow right now and you're like, withering? What is going on? It's an offset for Sigrun because I've been using her in Outer Harbinger. Just doing some testing, just doing some playing around. But now I have a new mission. Jabba has inspired me with his fire team, his Cassandra fire team. He's inspired me to switch over and try that. I'll be honest though, I'm probably gonna try and go with Sigrun instead of the fire Valkyrie, just cause. I think I don't want to build another Valkyrie that's not Skulled, but that's just me. If it doesn't work, we'll just go ahead and we'll just build it. And then there you go, damage report. Like Vimal doesn't do much, but he makes everybody else do so much more. He's a great overall unit. But as always, I'm really interested to see what your opinion is around Vimal, how you've used them, anything we kind of touched base overall in the video, especially if you have questions around who's a good replacement for certain champs. Because I had a conversation about the water Scourge Berserker being a good replacement for Savage, and unfortunately his provoke is single target, so he's not a real good replacement. So if you got questions, and the community's out there answering them, and I really appreciate that. But as always, thanks for watching the videos. I hope you have a great day. Bye.